Yay! Now it says 8 people before it said 0. Oh my God! I was giving the class to myself. Didn't even know it. Hi, folks. Thank you for waiting, so being patient. We had a technical glitch here, and I wasn't even aware of it. Dancing with myself. So I'm gonna start again. We'll just pick back up from the last part of the. No, sorry, Mom. Okay, so I'm gonna let everyone else know that the first link was indeed correct. Yay! Now it says 8 people before it said 0. Oh my God! I was giving the class to myself. Didn't even know it. Hi, folks. Thank you for waiting. So I can turn this off. We had a technical glitch here, and I wasn't even aware. No sound. Okay, good. Okay, now, folks. All right. I was talking about using a mouse or trackpad with your iPad, which is a new thing that you can do now. I'm glad to see people are showing up here. I'm glad people, I didn't see the first text. That was, yeah. And I didn't see Renee Davis, which is normally the first person that shows up on these things. So that lets me know that if I don't see somebody on the comment, then I'm talking to myself like a crazy person. But we're back here. So moving along, using the iPad, mouse and trackpad with the iPad, I'm going to cut the whole preamble I had short and just talk about how this is a new feature that was added a couple months ago from Apple and iOS, iOS update, iOS 13.4. And the question is, why would you ever want to use a mouse with an iPad? Well, if your iPad's big enough, you get tired of reaching all the time. But not just for big iPads. Small iPads are able to use this as well. There are times when you want to just more accurately highlight something, like some text. So let me go back and put the movie back on that we had. And let's go right to the video tape. Voila. QuickTime. Let's go QuickTime. Go. Right, so this is the mouse. Any mouse will do. It's wireless. I don't know about wired mice, but I have heard that it can work, but you need a special adapter to plug into the iPad, which uses a USB-C port. Most mice don't have that. They have the regular USB-A. All right, so I'm going into settings, and then you're going to turn on Bluetooth. Bluetooth is on, and then we're going to make sure. Now, I zoomed in a little bit here, in fact, to show you that it's on, but it wasn't necessary because you could see anyway. Right? So I'm going to speed ahead a little bit. And there it is. And the mouse shows up there. The mouse shows up there in the listing of devices, and I have to tap on to connect it. Tap not connected, and then connect it. Okay. Now, when you first do this, it won't just show up on the screen like that in Bluetooth settings. If the mouse hasn't been used before with the iPad, you're going to have to hold down the pairing button, whatever, on your particular wireless mouse. It has to be, oh, by the way, it has to be a Bluetooth mouse. And you hold the button down until it flashes, a light on the mouse flashes, and then it will show up here on the screen showing that the mouse is on the list on the bottom on the other devices. You click on it, you click pair, and then you'll be able to use the mouse. And now I'm no longer using my finger, I'm using the mouse as we scroll around and highlight and click on things, just like you would as if you were using your finger or you were on a computer with a mouse, a Mac or a PC. All right. So I was trying a few things, showing how as you hover over each icon, it kind of pops up, jumps up, lets you know that it's pick me, like a puppy in a pet store. And even the same thing on the dock on the bottom. So I'm going to, let's go ahead a little bit, since we have to repeat some of this, and skip ahead until I get to the Pages document. All right, so Pages is a word processing program, like Microsoft Word. It's on your iPad and iPhone for free. And I'm going to choose a document to open. That one there, see the little cloud icon? That means it's still in the cloud, not on the device. I click the cloud, that downloads it. Now it's available on the device. and there it is. Now I can open the device, and here it is. Now this is what I was talking about highlighting text. With your finger, you can press and hold, but it's kind of tricky because your finger always covers the text you're trying to highlight. With a pointer, you don't have that problem. You can see everything without being obscured by your finger. And there, I clicked and highlighted the text. I clicked 3 times. Let me skip ahead here. Okay, and I highlighted some text here. And then you click and hold down the mouse button, and it pops up. And when it pops up, you can grab that text and move it to another spot. It's called dragging and dropping. Now again, you can do the same thing with your finger, but sometimes it's hard to see it. And also, sometimes our fingers are a little bit shaky, and other times it's just hard to get in the exact spot you want. So the mouse really helps with that. So that's how you move and select text in Pages. Now, you scroll down on the mouse, the dock appears just by scrolling down. If you have a mouse wheel, use the mouse wheel, right? Wait, what did he just do? Well, what I did was I clicked on one of the icons in the dock. This is called split view, and I held it and then dragged it up, and actually opening Safari next to Pages in split view. Now I'm going to have a whole video on that because we've done it several times in class, and some folks still have a challenge with it because it's kind of unintuitive, even though it's supposed to be intuitive, but we'll work on that. All right, so there we are. So now I have 2 apps opened up at the same time. Now why am I showing you this? I'm going to show you how you can copy text from one window to another. So I'm going to go back and reopen a Pages. Actually, no, I'm not going to use Pages. I'm going to have a blank document. That's better. So I clicked on Create Document, and there's a blank document sitting there ready to go. On the right side, with the mouse, I highlight the text. I click and hold down. Oops, I slipped. Click and hold down and drag it over, and voila, there you are. Now, despite what I said about it's easier with the mouse sometimes to select text, it's a little more difficult to do that maneuver where you click and hold down and then drag with the mouse. The finger is actually easier for that. Now I'm changing the size of that text because it's a little bit too big. I click on the double A, and now it's more readable. So again, just like using a Mac or a PC, you can drag and drop stuff from one to the other. Some folks have never even started doing that on their regular computer. Wow, you can do that? Yes, you can. Right. So I'm going to demonstrate one more thing, and that's in Mail. We're going to go into Mail. Once again, you just click. I clicked and press and held, just like I was pressing and holding, and it pops up and gives me all the choices, all the right-click choices. You can use the right-click button on the mouse, or with your finger, you just press and hold. And I'm forwarding this message here to myself. And you notice that the mouse pointer is round, and it's not an arrow. Oh, my hand's free. It's not an arrow like it is on the mouse because the round pointer is supposed to emulate your finger, which is fatter than the arrow. Now I'm using it with my finger. They're the same things. And again, these are the same activities, just that your hand gets in the way, whereas with the pointer, there's no hand to block your view. So I'm giving you alternate ways of doing the same thing. There we are. Okay. And now, some of us like to think the hand is quicker and more intuitive. Apple made this because some people were saying, well, it's not a real computer. The iPad's not a real computer unless you have a mouse. So now they have a mouse. And some people want their iPad to be like a laptop. Other people want their iPad to be an iPad, a touch device that you don't have to have this abstract remote connection of moving something on your desk and the pointer moves on the screen. They want to just take their hand and tap it, and there you are. That's how that works. All right. So let's go back to here. Now, for those of us, for those people, I'm not including myself, uh, that want to have it all in one and have like, well, let's make the whole thing. Let's just go all laptop, make it the full experience. Apple makes a specialized keyboard for these people, okay? And it's called the Magic Keyboard, and it's only for the iPad Pro, 11-inch and 13-inch, and it's a pretty amazing thing. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the web browser. All right, here we are. Okay, so this is the Apple website. I'm going to go to iPad, and it's going to show you the pros, but it's also going to show you this new Magic Keyboard. Well, what's so magic about it? There's a Magic Keyboard. This one, as you can see here, it floats. It puts the iPad lays on it, and it kind of floats in the air because it's all magnetic. And what's really special about it is that it has a trackpad below the keys, just like on a laptop. So now you don't have to have an external mouse. Everything is built right in. You won't have the troubles with mouse clicks, pressing on the mouse button. And there you are. So if you want to go all laptop, you can go all out. When you fold it closed, in fact, this trackpad is very heavy. For the 12.9, it makes the whole package together, including the iPad, like 3 pounds, which is the same weight as a laptop. So like, well, why not just have a laptop? Right? Now, and also, it's very expensive. I mean, it starts at $299 for a keyboard case, people. A keyboard case. And that's for the 11-inch iPad Pro. If you get the 12.9, then it's $350 for a keyboard case. So that's at the other extreme. Now, who would buy this? Someone that rather not buy a laptop, just want to use their iPad as their computer. So by the time they spend for the expensive iPad Pro and spend for the expensive keyboard, they bought a laptop. But the difference is you can grab on that piece there, pull it off when you want to use it as a tablet, and then put it back on. It attaches instantly. Kind of like what Microsoft does with the Surface. You might have seen the Surface Book or the Surface Pro. It's kind of like a tablet 2-in-1 that folds over on the back, and then it turns into a tablet. Except that the Microsoft, it's not really a very good tablet because it has a touch screen, but everything is so small to touch on. It's kind of uncomfortable. And then it's not really a great laptop because it's top heavy. A laptop should not be top heavy. So anyway, so that's the story with that, right? I know we had a lot of focus here on the iPad today. Normally we show both, or mainly the iPhone, but the iPad's kind of like the stepsister of the iPhone, and it doesn't get as much attention. But this year, they did. They certainly did. There's even a little film here that I don't see. All right, forget about it. You know, they changed the homepage, so now it's not. Yeah, they changed the homepage, so can't do anything about it. It's not there anymore, unless it's here now. No. Okay, I'm not gonna waste much time for that. It was here, now it's gone. That's too bad. All right, so let's get back off of this. Back to this live class. Okay. Now, let me check the comments in case anyone is asking a question. Oh, people are here. People are still having. Yes, I agree. I am echoing Suzanne's comments. Listen, thank you all for being so patient. There was a glitch in the program that sends this out, and I had to restart and do it again. I think there was a mistake in the code, but this is still a new process that everybody's learning on how to do it, and it's going to get more perfect as it goes along. Not going to be perfect, but it'll be more perfect as it goes along. And I'm glad that I have an audience that is patient and willing to hang in there so they can see. So thank you for that. I hope that you got something out of this, got something useful out of this class. Many of you have iPads, and many of you have mice sitting around with your computer. And if nothing else, it's kind of fun to play with it. To hook that mouse up and just try using it with a mouse. Kind of fun. And you may decide you like it. I did it for a little while and I decided, okay, it was fun. But I like using my hand. That's why I like the iPad and that phone. Okay, good. Alrighty, well, I had to rush through that. Try not to, just in case anybody was on for the first part, which I don't think there was, honestly. But you're all in here now. So I'm going to give a couple more seconds for people to ask questions if they want to before we end this. And let you know that you already have the calendar. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about people doing live streams and what to do to prepare yourself, especially on Zoom and other platforms, because a lot of folks don't realize and they haven't been taught. So I'm going to teach them things like, don't do that because you can't see me. Okay. So we'll go to all of that tomorrow. Alrighty, well, I think we're it. I think it's going to be it. Okay, good. Yes, please, Suzanne says we welcome your comments and suggestions. Yes, we do. I certainly do. Because we're all learning how to improve this, be better. We're all kind of pushed and shoved into this, right into the future. Pushed right into the future. We were expecting this kind of thing to take 5 years, and it took 5 weeks, not even 5 weeks. Just bam, you're here. Your future is now. And you are participating in the future. And you're all going to be learning to do things like this, streaming, and that you probably wouldn't have bothered with. But now we're getting a new appreciation for the value of this technology. When this pandemic happened in 1918 with the Spanish flu, no one had this technology. A lot of people didn't even have phones back then, so that they really felt isolated. Here, with this, you don't have to feel isolated. And we want you to feel engaged, and we want you to be continually stimulated and continue to learn and trying out new things. So the time comes when all this has passed by, and now you have new skills that will empower you to use these devices in ways that you wouldn't have before. And that's a good thing. All right, folks. Thanks again for being here. And we're going to continue to do this. And as I always say, have a great, wonderful rest of the day. Stay healthy. Stay happy. And we'll see you tomorrow.